Hello again. Had we been meeting in our church, today would have been a family service and would have been looking at the last in the series of holy habits. And we've been looking at a variety of topics. We've looked at prayer, worship, eating together. I particularly like the eating together one because we ended with a church meal, which was lovely, just being with each other. And I do miss those times of being able to just share fellowship together and chat with each other and be with the children and have fun. But today we're looking at a topic which is gladness and generosity, forgiveness and reconciliation. But we were looking at them in a different order because we will be, as part of Keith's talk, we'll be sharing communion together. So if you want to pause the video and go and get some wine or some blackcurrant juice or some water and some bread, it doesn't matter, they're only symbols, then please do. And join us a little bit later for a time of communion together. But forgiveness and reconciliation actually comes from the heart and the gift of gladness and generosity. Generosity is more than just financial giving. It's both poignant and powerful, the gift of forgiveness. And I'm sure you've all known the joy and the gladness of forgiving somebody and being forgiven yourself. And it's easy when it's something small, but much harder when it's something that's really powerful and has really hurt you. And I know with children, often we'll say to them, "Now, what do you say?" And they quickly say sorry, and it's all over and done with, whether they meant it at that time or not, but it's soon forgotten. And I've got an old college friend who lives a long way from here, and she's allowed unforgiveness into her family, and she now no longer speaks to her brother or her sister, and the relationship between her and her mother is really saddened. Her son and his wife and little boy say they don't want anything to do with that side of the family again, and it's that long ripple effect that is just so sad. I don't know if any of you listened to Sue McGregor's reunion on BBC Radio 4 recently, and it was an edition that had been played several years ago, and it's where four men had got together and were discussing the effects of being prisoners of war in the Far East in the war in Japan. And those men suffered dreadfully, and they discuss on the programme their memories and the effects it's had on them. And at one point, Sue McGregor asks them about forgiveness. And one of the gentlemen say, I just can't forgive. I just can't forgive. And she asks another one, a really sweet doctor, and has he been able to forgive? And he said, as a Christian, I've learnt the importance of forgiveness. And it just was so lovely to hear the sense of joy and gladness as he spoke. Not that he was glad about anything that happened, but it was himself who had let go and had forgiven those people. In our Bible reading, which Anne will read to us in a few minutes, it's where the early church, the Christians there, are learning the importance of fellowship and of sharing and being in fellowship with each other. But before we have that, I'll go back. After we've had the reading, there'll be a short clip from a wonderful film called Peter Rabbit. I'm sure many of you have seen this, and it's a little scene towards the end of the film where everything seems lost and helpless. Thomas, the nephew of Mr. McGregor, is trying to make amends with Bea, who is the neighbour who's an artist who he's fallen in love with. And it's a wonderful scene, and it's a scene of forgiveness. So first to Anne, and then to the scene. Thank you.
They devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and to fellowship, to the breaking of bread and to prayer. Everybody was filled with awe at many wonders and signs performed by the apostles. All the believers were together and had everything in common. They sold property and possessions to give to anyone who had need. Every day they continued to meet together in temple courts. They broke bread in their homes and ate together with glad and sincere hearts,